Well, hello random YouTube people. On this episode of DIY Bri Reviews, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing this HydroVac from Shark. Of all of the cleaning products we've ever owned, my wife loves this one the most. She says this one is a lifesaver. It mops and vacuums at the same time. This is an awesome product and I can't wait to show it to you. Right after this, stick around. Subscribe. Well, we just received our brand new SHARK HydroVac. This is the brand new model for 2024. Let's go ahead and open up the box and put it together. So the first thing we're gonna see is the instructions. We have the floor solution. It's a multi-surface concentrate. We have the handle. This is the self-cleaning and storage base station. And we're gonna have the vacuum right here. There's nothing else inside the box. That is all. If you look right here on the box, Shark gives you step-by-step instructions on how to set up your HydroVac. Let's go ahead and get everything out of its packaging. And here is just another look at what comes in the box. Of course, the instruction manual, the HydroVac multi-surface concentrate cleaner, the HydroVac itself. It's already assembled with the roller inside. Here is our handle for the top, and then the self-charging, self-cleaning base station. Shark makes it really simple to set up your HydroVac. All we need to do is put the handle inside the vacuum, and that's pretty much it. The roller is already installed, and so is the cleaning solution tank. Now we're just going to take the male end of the handle and put it in the female end of the HydroVac. And you hear that click? We should be all good. Now that the HydroVac is all assembled, which was not hard at all, we're gonna see if it comes with any battery life out of the box. It would seem so. So here's our power button. I pressed and held to turn it on and press and hold to turn it off. So there is some battery level. Let's check on this indicator if it can tell us how much battery level there is out of the box. So not a full battery. You probably want to put this on the charging base station until we really start using it. The self-cleaning and charging base station, all you need to do is just plug it into a outlet. There is a little cord wind-up section. You can run the cord around if you have need for it. But really all I need to do is figure out where in the house we're gonna put this, and that's all. The Shark should just drop right on top and it should start charging if it's plugged in. It's as easy as that. Since we haven't decided exactly where we're going to put this in our house for a long term, I'm just going to plug it into our island right now to get the HydroVac starting to charge. Plug it in up here. There's no indication on the base station itself that there's power to it, so we're just going to have to drop on our HydroVac and see if it starts charging. There's just a little connector, and that is all. I so far don't see any activity. Maybe I haven't seated it properly. There we go. Now we've got an indication that it is charging. So we're just gonna leave it here on the base station for a while, get a charge before we start using it and testing out the product. While the HydroVac is charging, let's get the rest of it set up for our first cleaning. Let's grab some of our solution that comes with it. Now heading back over to the HydroVac itself, going to press this gray button to release the cleaning solution tank. And you'll see it just pops right on off. Let's go fill this up with some water. Unthread the cap off the top and go ahead and fill up this container with warm water. There is a water fill line on the container. Let's go ahead and fill up the water to that line. With our warm water filled up to the water fill line, we're going to take our concentrate and fill it up to the HydroVac concentrate line on this container. And of course, replace the cap on the container and go ahead and shake this up really good. Place the solutions container back on the Shark and you're ready to go. That was so easy. Pressing the power button to see if we're ready to go, And yep, a full charge. Now we are ready to use our brand new SHARK HydroVac 3-in-1 cleaner. There is a little icon that looks like a foot. I'm just going to place my foot there and lean the HydroVac back so I can begin using it. Now just a matter of turning the power button on and you're good to go. This button turns on Stain Boost mode. You can see some spots on the floor. I just sucked up one of them. This spot is a little bit more stuck onto the floor. You'll notice that some of these, it's not going to grab each and every one of these. You might still need to scrape some off. But for the most part, this does do a really good job. You'll see that the floor is nice and wet. Let's go ahead and mop the entire floor, and let's see how dirty the water gets. We have two boys in the house, and we have a lot of things that get stuck onto the floor. Here's a little spot that the HydroVac isn't quite getting because it's a sticky substance, probably candy, that was smushed onto the floor. You can see it back there, and I'm going to go ahead and scrape it off with a spatula, and then the HydroVac can suck that right back up. But it doesn't get off all of the things because some of these are just really stuck onto the floor, but everything else is doing great. Here's another one of those pesky candy type things that are smushed onto the floor. The HydroVac doesn't quite pick that up, so just gonna grab my spatula, scrape it up, and then the HydroVac will suck it up just fine. Now I'm just gonna go in fast forward mode and continue mopping the rest of this floor with the HydroVac. Now, one of the things HydroVac prides themselves on, and they even have a picture of it on the box, is being able to vacuum up big messes like spills. So we decided to set up a test. We spilled some cereal onto the floor with some milk, and let's see how well this HydroVac can pick it up. So far, you can see it's sucking up the milk and it's sucking up the cereal, and it appears to have no problem doing so. I'm actually quite impressed with how well this vacuum can suck up things like this. Those stuck-on messes, not necessarily so much, but everything else, it seems to do so really very good. My wife just loves this thing. It saves so much time between having to mop and vacuum and do all that stuff. It just does it all at the one time. It's great. And you can see inside the collection container, there's all of that cereal. Let's go ahead and detach this and get a better look. You just press down on this little tab there and it just pops right off. Look at that cereal that it's collected. Now when you are all done or you've run out of water, go ahead and take off the main collection container. You can pop off that little filter and you can see inside where everything has been collected. We're going to clean this part second. Let's go ahead and clean the filter first. You can see that there's this little door that opens and you can clean off the container housing, or the filter housing, and the filter itself. And then next, dump out the water. Look how dirty that is. All we did was our small little kitchen area, and look how dirty that water is. So we know that it's working. Next, we're going to pop out the center part of that main container housing, and you can see it's got a lot of that cereal collected on it. So we're going to wash this, and we're going to wash the container itself to get everything out. You can see Shark is really good about detailing everything. There is detailed instructions on the back of the container about how to clean it out. Note, you're going to want to air dry these parts. Shark also makes it really easy to detach and clean the brush. Just push this little button to pop off the housing, and then it will just lift straight up out of here. So you're going to want to wash this and let it air dry as well. Now you can see that there are some leftover cereal pieces. That reminds me, let's talk about the self-cleaning feature. Let's go ahead and put the brush back on for the self-cleaning feature. Then go ahead and put the Shark HydroVac back on its base station for self-cleaning. You're going to want to make sure you put the container for the water back on as well that we just cleaned earlier. Now it doesn't necessarily have to be cleaned in any particular order that I've seen, but we are going to clean it after we've dumped it out just so that we don't have any other gunk floating around in the system while we do our self-cleaning. You are going to want to make sure you have a little bit of water and cleaner in the container before you do the self-cleaning mode. And of course, Shark has detailed instructions on the device on how to start this cleaning mode. You basically drop it on the dock, wait for you to see that icon for the rinse cycle, then you press the power button on the Shark itself and it will start the automatic cleaning cycle. Now just sit and let that run. It's going to take about a minute or two to go through its full cycle. You can see it just sits here and spins and cleans the device all on its own. Really pretty cool. Once the self-cleaning mode is done, of course it's just going to stop. The roller will stop spinning and the lights will stop flashing. And you're good to use it again. Of course, you're going to want to let those parts air dry like we mentioned before. If you'll remember, we put this collections container back on empty, and you can see that it has gunk in it still. There's some dirty water again. So this is all just from the self-cleaning mode. It's cleaned itself. Let's go look at the roller. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, but it is cleaner looking than it used to look before we started this self-cleaning process. There are a few little things still in the vacuum that you can use a rag to get out if you want to, or you can run the self-cleaning mode again if you're not satisfied. But really, the self-cleaning mode is really nice and handy. We use it all the time now. Now let's dump out the water from the self-cleaning mode. You can see that the water is still really very dirty. That dirt is from the roller that it just cleaned. It's so cool that it has a built-in self-cleaning mode. This is an awesome, awesome device. Well, random YouTube people, I would say I recommend the Shark 3-in-1 HydroVac. We use it all the time, and you can look and see that our floor is so clean just by using this mop and vacuum device. You can't tell through the video, I'm sure, but it really does a very good job. Now, we were talking about having to let those parts air dry. You can purchase other rollers and more solution so that you can mop whenever you need to, whenever you have a spill or a mess. We'd use this device all of the time now. My wife absolutely loves it. It's her most favorite of all the cleaning devices she's ever owned. Thank you so much for watching. If you found any part of this video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with all of your friends, give me a comment, and be sure to subscribe. Subscribe. If you want to watch more of my videos, just search for my name, DIY BRY. Yeah!